Tonight we're talking about empathy, the key to ethical success. When you think about empathy, you might think about unicorns and rainbows issuing from various orifices of unicorns. But we're talking not just about love and hearts and the emotional content of empathy, which is super important, but ways to cultivate empathy so you can have success in your business. It's not just about being nice. Now, we all know that it's really hard to be nice online, right? Something about people being separated from us by the computer makes us meaner. Now, whenever you study empathy, whenever you go on Amazon and look for it, you find these rainbows and butterflies and lots of hearts and things like that. But tonight I want to tell you something a little bit more substantial about empathy. Empathy is about making your circle of influence and your circle of concern align, because you are the designer of this world. You design the world by the interactions and the experiences that you create for your customers. So let's talk about some terrible experiences that we often have. You ever go to the doctor and have a terrible experience at the doctor? Not because of this, but just because they can't get the billing right, they can't get the insurance right, and something has gone wrong. You waited an hour and a half for the doctor, and for some reason they get angry. Once I waited 2.5 hours for a doctor, and then I left and they got angry at me. Well, it's because, and then whenever you complain about it, they quack at you. Well, we have 40 patients to see a day. Quack, right? Now, if you're a medical professional, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm just saying that our systems are built around systems, not around people. And we know people can do it. We know the Mayo Clinic, for example, has done it very successfully. And here's how they do it. They understand that other people are not them. Other people are not you. People use wheelchairs. People speak different languages. People have interesting taste. People put testicles on their trucks. People can't pay their bills. People put their toddlers on leashes. And you don't have to be okay with that. You do not have to understand that for it to be okay. All you have to do is recognize their essential humanity. They are trying to meet some unmet need. And that is something that you must recognize first. Recognize their essential humanity. Open your eyes and walk through the experience with them. Call your phone tree. It's probably terrible. Walk through the front door knowing nothing about your business. Pretend you know nothing about your business and try to figure out what's going on. Ask your customers questions. And I'm not talking about focus groups. Focus groups are the F word of user experience. Interview your customers. Walk through life with them. Did you take an anthropology class in college? Well, this is where you can put it to use. And then you need to prototype the experience. Write boxes, write a flow chart, put it together, and then anything that is meant to serve the system instead of your customer, exit out and figure out how to make it customer focused, because that's what empathy is about. And then you've got to do it again, because you're never going to make the system perfect, and you can't make huge changes all at once. Just make one small change at a time. And this is not rainbows and unicorns. This is a well-understood practice for how to develop empathy. County courthouse. Worst day of your life. You go there, and you forget that you have to go down to the bottom and pay and then come back up before you can leave. You have to leave your car at the bottom and go, because they have designed it. Unlike every other courthouse in the world or every other parking garage in Oklahoma City, this one's designed completely different. So the elevator yells at you, please take parking ticket with you and pay at first floor play station before returning to your vehicle. If the door is open more than 2 seconds, it keeps repeating it. Because the government doesn't have to serve you. The government isn't built around your needs. It should be, but it isn't necessarily. So think about what your customers need. Build your experiences around them. That is empathy. Thank you very much, and I'd like to remind you to take your parking ticket with you and pay at the first floor play station before returning to your vehicle.